Okay, I'm going to make sure that I have some sound here, and I'm supposed to be recording this. And looks like I've got sound. I'm going to share my screen. This will be my desktop. As you can see, we're back here at the Moodle rooms, and I'll log in here real quickly. And we'll get started. We're going to take a look at chapter 16. Now, again, on March 30th, we're having a live session, and March 30th, Thursday, March 30th, this is, of course, today. We'll have a live session for about an hour, and I've already posted in the Moodle room for this course, which is BISS 4403, I've already posted an access file with some of the queries that will be running and that are going to need to be run for chapter 15 or lunches database 15. This is out of the Patrick text. I'm going to cover some of those from 16, and I'll save a file like I did, as well as this this screencast. So I'll have those there. Now, those are a piece of what we'll do tonight, and I'm talking to you today, March 30th. Obviously, you'll be able to see that, and that way we'll have covered both chapters, and you'll have seen, we'll have done all of the queries, and you will be able to upload your work for chapters Lunches Database 15 and 16. Again, I'm looking forward to, well, I don't know how this live session will go tonight. I guess, as I said before, we're experimenting with this platform. It's Zoom, and we'll see how the live meeting portion of it works. Who knows? We'll find out for sure. So we're going to be working, of course, with the Patrick materials, and we'll be working with the file for chapter 16. So you'll want to go ahead and open those up here in the Patrick materials, and you'll want to get open that up. And you'll want to get the SQL Fun and download it to your desk. Now I'm just going to open this up, and then I'm going to save it to my desktop. And I'm going to call this access case. Pardon me. This is going to be LD number 16. And I'm going to call it part 1. Okay? And put it on your desktop. Then we can enable the content. Now we'll want to go back to that zip file, and we'll want to get the code for access chapter 16, for the Patrick chapter 16. Now, open that up, and there it is. And let's talk about this for just a few moments. I'm going to diminish this. Let me enlarge this, and then I'll diminish it down. Chapter 16 is in the Patrick text, okay? It covers cross-joins, self-joins, and cross-tab queries, and it starts over on page 597. And the authors are going to talk about the Cartesian product, and we'll talk about that again some tonight. Tonight with the Zoom meeting, the live meeting, it'll probably be a little more didactic than just simply running through a whole bunch of queries. Although we'll do some out of chapter 15, which kind of would be a chapter 15 part 2, and then tonight we'll also do again kind of what I would call a chapter or Lunches Database 15 part 1 and a Lunches Database 16 part 2. So we're going to kind of do second parts of those chapters. Those will be the queries that I didn't run and save already. Again, I'm speaking today on Thursday, March 30th, 2017, just like I spoke to you yesterday. So don't let that confuse you. The live meeting, of course, is tonight at 6 o'clock. I'll be sending you an invitation, or I'll simply go there and open up the meeting and send you an invitation to join me. Okay? So you'll be on the lookout for that. But it'll be a live meeting, and it's going to be the first one we've tried, and we're going to see how it works. Again, it's an experiment. I want to say this. I do sincerely appreciate your taking part in this. Again, nobody's going to get their grade lowered or get hurt by this. Now, over on page 599, they talk about the definition of a cross join. They talk about the cross product and a Cartesian product, and they give you an understanding of why this is so important. There at the bottom of page 599 is some code, and that's going to be 16.1. So let's go here and take a look at it very quickly. And here's what's going on with this, and you've done this enough now that I know that you see it. We're going to select everything from a table we've named A. We're going to select everything from a table we've named B. And then in the from statement, in this select statement, in the from portion of the select statement, we're going to identify that table. And of course, that table A is section 1601 underscore columns underscore 1. Section 1601 columns 1 to 2. And then table B is section 1601 columns 3 to 5. So, we're using, as you can see, we're taking tables and basically duplicating them using an alias. And in this case, table A. You say, Dr. Harmon, can we do an A and a B, a C and a D, and E? Yeah, for sure. Okay. And if we really did want to build a cross join or a Cartesian product, we could do so. Okay. Now, this again is just notation that keeps things simple, and the authors are kind of keeping it simple for us. But again, we'll copy this. And of course, we're going to go in with a fresh query and create that. And we'll run it. And there we are. Now, if you look over in the textbook, okay, you're going to see that the author, there's a little bit of a glitch there. The beginning tables at the top of page 600 are numeral underscore column, or numeral column 1, text column 2, and that's in the 1601 columns 1 to 2 table. And then columns 3 to 5, they have a numerical column, a text column, and a date column. Okay, and here we have F call, S call, S call, and that's just simply because of a difference in the names of the tables. Okay, so the bottom line is we're good to go. And of course, that's my phone, as you can hear ringing, and whoever it is will have to get called back later. But don't let that throw you. Again, we've got the result sets, and notice we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, on the A, B, C, and D, and we have the 25, the 26s, the 27, 28, 29s, and then we have those dates, August 5th, etc. So you can see we don't have the exact results. If we wanted to go back in and rename those columns, okay, we could go in and just simply change those captions out, or we could do that in a report. And we'll come down here into the design view, okay, and let's go back in and let's look at the SQL view if I want to, and I could select A, and again, that's just the difference there. And it's not really worth the time and trouble to mess with these, to rename these. If you wanted to, okay, you could use these to create a table. But we're going to say this as the 16.1, and looks like my mouse just died on me. That's been a good morning all around. I'll call this 16-1. I'll click OK. And then if we want to, let's just, and we'll close this off for a minute, and we're going to do a query design. And we're going to click Create Table. We're going to select, first of all, the query 16.1. And we'll add it in. Okay. We're doing a little bit of work here. And then we're going to create Make Table. And the new table name will be 16 dash, and I'm just playing around with 16-1. I'll click OK. And we'll get everything there. And let's run it and see what we get. And it says the existing query 16.1 will be deleted before you run the query. And you want to continue anyway. And basically, we're going to, let's see what happens. Well, let's run this, Jewel. We didn't spell it correctly, did we? Oh, that's a problem. Well, okay. It's that 16, it should be an underscore there. Well, let's do it again. Let's make a table and make a new table. Let's just call this 161. And let's do the data sheet view. Getting some weirdness there. I think it's, let's get rid of this query one. No, let's get rid of it. And let's go back over here and let's click Create. We're just playing around here. Query design. Let's see if we can find our table here, 61. Maybe we did create it after all. Oh, no, didn't. Well, let's just create 16.1 again. It's going to be simple to do it. Click Create. Query Design. We were just trying to create a table there. I'll close that. Go back to the SQL. Boom. And we got a select statement here. And let's run the query. I will say this is 16.1. A little bit of much ado about nothing there. So we've got that done. And again, we could go in and do a little bit of work with the code to rename these columns. Okay. And I'm wanting to play with this a little bit. Let's click. I'm getting some weirdness here from my machine today. Anyway, we've got 16.1. We wasted enough time on that, obviously. Now, over on pages 600 and 601, they talk about why cross joins are important. They talk about an inner join and being derived, and then some more verbiage about 16.3. We'll talk about that some tonight. And then also the properties of an inner join. We'll talk about some of that tonight. Then over on page 607, there's another query that we can run, okay? And this is going to be 16.5. Yep, my cursor is back. So we're going to come down here to 16.5. We'll do the other queries tonight. Again, I'm speaking to you on the very day of this great experiment. And so we'll click create, query design, close, go to the SQL. I'll run it. And there we have the lunch ID, the supplier ID, the product code, the sandwich, the price, and the quantity. Now, they on page 607, the authors show us some a join that's incorrect, okay? And this is because it didn't meet the business requirements. Although the code executed, okay, the product code wasn't included in the join statement. So if you look at the bottom page 607, you're going to see they got the highlight there where you have the where condition that is the join on the supplier ID, and then an inner join that also includes product code, okay? And this meets the business requirements that are stated over on page, at the bottom, page 606, okay? They say, show an example of this code contains an error, leaving one of the join conditions out of the where clause, okay? And we did that. And the reason that you have those duplicates up in that incorrect result table is that you didn't go ahead and add in that second field for the inner join. Okay, so that's 16.5, and we'll want to save that. And again, the authors were just trying to show you how you can run code and it looks like it's correct, but it's not because it doesn't meet the business requirement. Again, we're doing this to get to achieve a particular objective or to get a certain set of data so we can have some information to work with. Okay. Now, still over here in page 16. And we'll talk some more tonight about cross joins and listing combinations. We're going to run, and tonight we'll run a couple of queries, and then using cross joins, avoiding cross joins of large tables, and some more about how we process, we cross join a table with itself. We'll talk about some of that. The examples of self joins and why they're important. And I'm going to do the code on 1611. Okay, let's come down here to 1611. And I'm going to do some repair work with this code because there's just a whole bunch of error problems with it. And I'm not going to waste the time tonight talking about it because you'll have this to take a look at. So I'm going to make a note that this is one that we will not talk about. But this says there's a couple of things here. First of all, it's Oracle code, but access, we can adapt this. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to get rid of the to character piece of this, okay? Then I'm going to get rid of the parenthesis, and this will be a time done, okay? And then I've got HHMI as start time, okay? And I'll get rid of that. And then the next line, I'm going to get rid of the two characters. Again, we'll get rid of this parenthesis here, and we have as end time. And then we're going to put round. We'll use the round function. Remember, time can be treated, time is treated like a number, and then it's formatted as a date or something we can see and understand. Times 60 times 24, so we're going to have the time done in B versus the time done in A. And that will, as minutes elapse time. And that's going to be from sections 11, section 1611 events A and B, where the sequence number is +1, and that's creating the counter, and we're going to order by the sequence number. Well, let's throw this code in here and let's see if it's going to work for us. I think the repair job that I did. Oh, so I'm going to take out that parenthesis right there. Now, they originally had Oracle code, and they had the parenthesis there because they were using the to character function in Oracle. And I think we're going to get kind of funky looking result here, but that's all right. And we'll run this. There we go. The delivered package. This is the time it was done. We have this thing called start time, and this is showing up in the time done, the end time, and it shows us the elapsed times. Now, I'm going to go back into this design view, and I'm going to suppress the start time and the end time, those formats, and let's see what I get. Okay. And we'll go back in, and I want to add those in. This is a little bit ugly, and we've got those hard coded in. So let's go in here for just a minute, and let's go into the code. Let's play with this a little bit, and we've got I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this one hard code out and see what we get. Let's see what happens. We may just get somewhere. Yeah. So we'll kill this off. And we'll go back in. Let's take a look at the code again. We got that in there, and I'm going to do this. single, and hey, yikes. I'm having a day today. And I'm just going to leave that empty. Now let's see what we get. I was just playing around with this a little bit. Who knows? We may get something good, we may not. I'm going to create. And we'll go to query design, we'll close, SQL. And now I want to look at these for a second. We've done a little bit here. Let's go back down. Let's suppress those now. Those blanks. And I'll go back down into the code. Or do a little bit of this. I'll see this up here. Now I'm just going to try this. We're just doing a little messing around with this. And we'll go back into the, and we're going to close this query off. We won't save it. So we're just doing a little, we're messing around with 1611 a little bit to do a little repair work, see if we can make it look prettier and make sense. Again, we're doing a join here. We'll click create, and we'll set ourselves a fresh query box. And let's run this thing and see what it looks like. Ah, nicely done. Ah, we got it done. There we are, my friends. So we did a little bit of repair work, and you can compare it with the there on page 619, the Oracle SQL. That's here's what we did. We got rid of the to character function name as well as the parenthesis. Then where it says that HHMI, we got rid of that and the parenthesis there. And then we got rid of that HHMI, and then we just simply time done as start time, then b.time done as end time. Okay, and now I'm going to take this code that we did the repair work with. Well, you can see here it is, and you'll be able to compare it. And you'll see this is a thing, and understand knowing SQL. Oracle versus Microsoft Access, see a little bit of difference, not that great. You know, you can tweak it as you need to, which is what we did. So that, my friends, is 1611. That's pretty nicely done. I'll say so myself. So we have the event, and elapsed time. With a counter, and we tracked a set of events. I'll go back in and show you the code again. Here's what we did. We selected b.event, then A, time done as start time, then B, time done as end time. Okay. Then we rounded. We used the round function, and we added in 3 parentheses, and we said b.time done minus a.time done. And then we made sure that we had a balance of the parentheses on that, because basically we're doing a function there, and that's going to be the time done times 60 times 24, and that gives us the minutes as minutes elapsed. Okay, and then we're going to get that from, and then we identify the table. Table A is 1611 events, and then 1611 events B is same table, where the sequence number plus 1 equals B dot sequence number, order by sequence number. Nicely done. And there, of course, we handle the sequence of events using a self-join. So you can see how this can be such a powerful tool for us. That's nicely done. Very pretty. All righty. So we've done 1611, and we're going to see over here on pages 621 tonight, 622. Look, I'm going to make a comment for a moment about the bottom of page 622, okay? That is nothing more than just a series of inserts. And frankly, if you're going to put data in the table, use a table, import data in, or use a form. Don't just sit there and run all those queries, okay? That's complete stupidity. And that's a problem. Now, over on to tonight, we'll look at this. They've got these 3 steps. Create a table to contain the digits. Then step 2, put the data in the table. Of course, then you create a form. Then step 3. And, you know, frankly, you know, you could also just put the data in the table, then run the query for all intents and purposes, okay? And then that's how we create the number table. I mean, you know, you could just simply create the table and then put in the digits. You can do this in the GUI. And so, you know, you create a table of my numbers, digits small. Let's just go ahead and do it. We'll mess with this. And we'll click create, and we're going to do this raw code, query design. And we'll go to the SQL view. And we're going to put create table. Let me do this. Let me put this into a Word doc so you can see it a little easier. Excuse me there. So we're going to put create table. In the middle of page 622, this is access SQL step 1. My underscore numbers. That's the table name, and we'll. So this is why I hate working with. It's because I start getting this funky stuff. Numbers underscore 0 underscore 2 underscore 9. Oh, these old school people just drive me batty with this stuff. Instead of just cramming them all together, we got to do the underscore. I'm all lazy. Now we're telling it the format. It's going to be a digit. Now we're putting number. And it'll be the number 1. So we're doing the digits. Okay? It's a digit, small integer. That's the SQ. They want a small integer. And we'll create the table. Okay? We're doing this little adventure. Now see what will happen. And let's see, small int. I have too many. This should be SMALL INT. And yeah, that's the difference in the access. That's my apologies. It should be digit and then the space and then small int and then the semicolon. I was mixing and matching access and SQL, and that just will not work. So let's run the table now. Let's run it again just to see if it tells us we got it. Well, there. How do I know that the table is created? There it is. I see data definition. And then we'll go down here and look for the table, my numbers. And there's my numbers, 0 to 9. Isn't that pretty? All righty, and I'm going to call that one, let's say this as, I'm going to say this as 16 dash fun. Let's see if they ask us to save it. Okay. I've got our query. Now let's go over to my numbers. Okay. And let's put in the digits. Because what they want you to do is run all those inserts. That's insane. Don't do that. You can't run all these queries at one time. It just will not work like this. You can't put the data all in the table. Now, if you don't believe me, okay, look, I'm just going to show you here. Because I always have a student or two who says, oh, why can't I do all this? All right, we're going to do this. And what you're going to find out is you're looking at a whole series of queries. And it does not work. Now, I hope the author will prove me wrong, but I've never had it work yet. And see, it says characters found after the end of the SQL. So it will not work. So let's open the table back up and let's just put the digits in. This will be real fun. Put in 1, 0, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9. And we'll close the table. We've made the change. I'll open it back up. There it is. We have our digits. Now we're ready. This is over an access. So we've done basically step 2. We've put the data in the table. Boy, that was hard. Now we're going to have a little bit of fun. And we're going to do we'll use our create table to generate a set of numbers from 0 to 99. Okay. And this is the third step. And they're calling this 1612. I called it 16 fun. And what we're going to do is select these digits. Now, they're on 16. At the top there, they give you the Oracle SQL. Notice on the access, you don't have that create table numbers as, okay? And let's run this query and see what happens. And there we go. We got our digits all the way down to 99. What we did here is we selected A dot digit times 100 plus B dot digit times 10 plus C dot digit as in. So we selected all of those three from my numbers. And see here we took my numbers A, B, and C. And notice what we did. We took a digit times 100. We took a digit times 10. And then we took just the digit. And basically what's implied here in C digit is C digit times 1 as in from my numbers. And that was A and B and C. And then we ordered them by 1. And that gave us that table of 1 to 999. Isn't that nice? So we had a table of constants of 1 to 0, 0 to 9, and then we created the constant. So we're going to call this, I'm going to save this as 16-fun knee. Isn't that fun? Now we're fine. We generate a little bit of numbers. So we've done that. Again, we took a table. We did a self-join, 3 self-joins. Now, pages 624, and we'll talk about those tonight, about crosstabs, queries, and access. And I'll talk with you about that. And basically, it will be a process where I will be rating access. And you know, we might play around with it, we may not. I frankly, as I will tell you tonight, I don't care much for the crosstab function. And of course, the authors take great delight on page 650 in showing you that you can just run this set of Oracle code and that gives you everything you need. Oracle's a little more robust. We may play around with the crosstabs a little bit, but not too much, because frankly, I think, as I've mentioned before, we can get a lot more done using pivot table in Excel. But you know, we may play with it a little bit tonight. Okay, well, that's pretty much as far as the chapter 16 part 1, if you will, and then we'll do part 2 for chapter 50 for Lunches Database 15 tonight. We'll do part 2, which will be the queries that we'll cover there in the class time, and then Lunches Database 16 part 2, which we'll do. And we'll start the meeting at 6 o'clock. Let's see how it goes. If it's a disaster, you know, we'll adjust. Don't worry about it. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. And I'm going to go back and join the meeting. And I'm going to stop the recording and then end the meeting. Thank you so much for your time. Talk to you later.